This video was a rant somewhere, early this year. And I'm not even sure who this person is initially. I just was told, hey, play this clip and listen to it. It just says, I think Barry Weiss or someone had posted it, said like, this person seems kind. So let's take a listen to just 15 seconds of this. And this goes on for minutes.
Be glad, be grateful that I'm not just going out and murdering Zionists. I've never murdered anyone in my life, and I hope to keep it that way.
This is someone that is a member of that Columbia University community and is one of the leaders in these protests. Is someone who is being highlighted on the media as someone who is just a strong voice. This is someone who is calling for murder of all what they quote unquote Zionists, which we know what that really means. That means all Jewish people who support Israel, or really just anyone who supports Israel. It's not even just Jewish people. That probably means you as well.
Zionists, they don't deserve to live comfortably, let alone Zionists don't deserve to live. The same way we're very comfortable accepting that Nazis don't deserve to live, fascists don't deserve to live, racists don't deserve to live, Zionists, they shouldn't live in this world.
Shouldn't live in this world. Zionists, relating Zionism to Nazis, relating Zionism to racism. And again, Zionists really essentially just believe there should be an Israeli homeland and it should be in Israel, their historic community that we've all studied for thousands of years. But that is neither here nor there when you hear people leaders calling on the death of millions of people.
The video was actually filmed by Khymani James while he was having a Zoom meeting with...
That's who we're talking about here. Khymani James,
yes.
Even said by name. That's the person you've heard on the video.
He was filming himself having a conversation with a member of the Columbia administration because he had posted on Instagram, Zionists in my DMs wanting to meet up and fight. I don't fight to injure or for there to be a winner or loser. I fight to kill. See y'all in New York, January 2024. And so he was under some scrutiny from the administration back in January when he posted this. And actually in the video, the staff member says, so specifically, that's what we're going to be discussing today. Do you see why that's problematic in any way? And he responds with no. So then after he films this call with the Columbia University administration, he then turns to the camera and goes on that rant. And he has since this is now circulating widely, has tried to say, that was in the heat of the moment. I shouldn't have said it that way. I believe in the sanctity of all life. I'd be curious to pick apart that political view of his, but he didn't take it down for 3 months and is still one of the people as a leader on campus at Columbia that we know that this is the ideology behind all of these campus protests that are breaking around the country.
Why would we want people who are supporters of genocide to live? I'm confused. Zionists, along with all white supremacists, need to not exist because they actively kill and harm vulnerable people. They stop the world from progressing. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Have you been to the Middle East? The only place that feels remotely like America, that is diverse for all types of people, religious people, for secular people, for people of all colors and of all genders and of all sexualities, guess what they're allowed to do? Be in Israel. But if you go over that line, if you cross just that line, that is not the case. That is not the case. People are getting thrown off of roofs of buildings and getting murdered. You got Susan Sarandon in the streets yesterday saying, oh, all of that is propaganda. You know that the babies in ovens, that was all just a hoax. You know that people getting the murders and all of the sexual assaults, that was just a hoax. These are what's coming out of the mainstream society right now. And let's even back it up a little bit more with James. So you can hear the sort of what I told you, what I thought was leading into, I am someone who is supportive of what are traditional liberal ideas, not pro-Palestinian, not even pro-Palestinian, pro-Hamas, pro-terrorist ideas. And that is what we're seeing on these college campuses.
A lot of people agree that Hitler needed to die in order for world order to move forward and in order to establish some inkling of world peace. And so if we can agree as a society, as a collective, that some persons need to die if they have an ideology that results in the death of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, if there are people like that who exist, shouldn't they die?
I thought what we were getting to, when we were talking about Hitler, I thought we were going to get to, and that's why we need to do something to Donald Trump. That's what I was expecting.
Right.
Instead, it was actually much more egregious, which is not one person. This is calling for the murder of everyone who you can consider to be a supporter of Israel, anyone who to be a supporter of really the Jewish people having a right to exist.
Parents need to understand what's happening at the Ivies, what's happening at some of these elite schools. They're training your kids to really hate America. And you've got to get more involved, because we're going to lose our country if we don't have a system where you actually get to debate rationally and come to some sort of an agreement through calm debate, listening. That's all gone on our college campuses, and I can't believe it. The Ivy League universities should be at the forefront of presenting all ideas and challenging kids to think differently and to think about all sides of an issue.
And I also have a problem not with necessarily some of the words on its face, where he's talking about we decided that Hitler should not live and white supremacists should not live, these things that he's saying, because when the original context of the Nazi party as white supremacists, saying that it is a supreme race and you had to eliminate anything that was not pure.
That's in the chapter. That's in the bylaws.
Right.
Yeah.
But now how the left has equated white supremacy with conservatism. Yeah. If you're a conservative, the blanket statement is that you're also de facto a white supremacist. That's really a bigger part and problem with the statements and the ideology that's espoused here, is that they're saying death to that. And when they keep moving the goalpost of what a racist or white supremacist is, we condemn white supremacism and racism. Yeah. But the left wants to make those catch-all terms. How quickly they refer to any conservative as racist.
Middle Eastern.
If you don't want the border protected, you're racist. And under his definition, a racist should not live. Yeah. So that you see how easily they can manipulate their words and utilize this as a tool to go after anyone who is conservative.